Put me on a roller coaster and spin me around. That's what the last 12 hours have been for me. And my Super Famicom on the screen logo during the Mario Maker 2 Direct conspiracy. Initially, I thought this was a sure sign that SNES games would be coming to Switch. We've been waiting for them to evolve beyond NES titles for a long time, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, there's this Super Famicom logo apparently randomly placed in the midst of this Direct. It looks out of place, and what else could it possibly be hinting at? Well, everyone across the internet quickly shut that down. Some people still speculated, but most said, hey, this is just a sound effect or a visual effect, something that Mario Maker is putting in the game. They made sure to emphasize lots of other effects in the game, and they showed, ninjas running across screens, a little piggy guy, confetti, and Super Famicom must just be another one of those. So I went to bed sad, Gabe.
I'm sorry.
It was just not good. I initially was very excited. You know how much I love the SNES. I have an affinity for many games. That is really where I feel came into my own as a gamer on that console. So I was bummed, and I woke up this morning and I was reading through different threads and different comments, and yeah, it probably is just one of those effects. I mean, our own Widemouth says it's obviously just a sound effect that makes the Super Mario Kart theme from the SNES playing during the level, similar to sound effects in Mario Maker 1 that changed the music. And the Jevil Gang said, I saw this, paused the stream on it, and I thought that maybe Super Famicom was where the Koopa cars originated, with the Super Mario Kart type of tie-in. But Gabe, I have news for you.
Okay, what is it?
This mystery digs deeper, and now I am back on the coaster, and I'm approaching a really exciting drop, because let's zoom in here. This appearance of the Super Famicom logo, while it may be an effect in the game, I will not take away from the people saying that. The time that this appears at the Direct is 11 minutes and 6 seconds. It pops up on screen and flashes exactly at the 11 minute and 6 second mark. Now, if you're a fan of calendars, you will know that 11/6 or 6/11 corresponds to June 11th. Do you know of anything going on June 11th, Gabe?
The day that I wish was my birthday, but it's actually just the day that the E3 Direct is happening for Nintendo.
Hey! June 11th is when E3 starts and when Nintendo is having their big E3 presentation. There is no way in this strange and crumbling world that Nintendo accidentally or coincidentally put a Super Famicom logo that already looks kind of out of place at 11:06, which directly correlates to June 11th, which is the date of their E3 conference.
Okay, well,
there has to be more to this than meets the eye.
Zach, first of all, there is a way it could be coincidence. I don't think it is coincidence, but it could be. Like, we live in a very strange world with a lot of coincidences in it. God. Okay, Zach, this thing looks out of place, right? For the affecting, the thing I wanted to say to everyone saying that, like, this is an ugly way to do it. Like, it's just like this, like a black square. Like, I feel like if this was like just an effect that Nintendo was doing, they'd make it like a little cooler. You pixelize the SNES, Famicom, which in itself is interesting, right? Because that's the Japanese name for the SNES.
Right.
Like, they could like pixelate it or made it transparent at least, so there's not a big black like square. I don't know why it's like so ugly, but
well, and the rest of them look so cool.
Yeah. So. Oh, and one more thing, and I hate to just call out one person specifically, and I don't know his name, so I'm not doing it. But for the person that said that, it's just because, Super Mario World was on the SNES, that's why this thing's here. They showed that during like the 3D World section, so I don't think there's any connection there. The cart thing, maybe you have a better memory than me, guys. I don't remember a Koopa cart in Mario Kart. So
No. That's a new element, but I almost wonder if at this point it was disguised to look as an effect, and it's really not. Because you're right, it's pretty ugly. It's not a pretty way to integrate the SNES, and maybe it is. And I found it interesting that if you go to the Super Mario Maker 2 official website, it actually appears there in an animated GIF of the Koopa car. So that's very odd. A little video clip GIF, whatever you want to call it, of the Koopa car. It pops up there, which then to me lends a little more credence to maybe this is a part of it popping in, Mario hopping in the car, and that's what happens. But Goodness gracious, I hope that's not what happens every time he hops in the car. And even if so, I don't think you can explain away it appearing 1106. That is either the greatest coincidence of the year, or it is Nintendo hinting at something more, teasing something more. Millennial Math over on our comment said, nah, it's because Doug Bowser is now in the castle. This seems like something Bowser would do.
Yeah. I think that it's a little too coincidental, right? I don't feel as strongly as you. I don't think I do. But that is quite a little coincidence that it's an 1106, right?
Yeah, I really think this still, I'm going to hold true. It's been a whirlwind, but I'm going to hold true to this still being a hint, a tease at SNES something being announced during E3. And most likely, it is going to be the inclusion of those games as part of Nintendo Switch Online. Because remember, this also was a presentation that emphasized Nintendo Switch Online and its features, so it all just kind of works together. It is too serendipitous to be dismissed as nothing. And I know a lot of other people and channels and whatnot are just saying it's a sound effect, but really, if you can sleuth away the 1106 in the comments, I'd love to hear it from you. But I think we're back in luck.
That's what I was going to ask you. Let's talk about them like they're not here for a second. And they're not here currently, but the people in the comments, I want to ask you something directly about them. Do you think this will change their mind?
I do.
Do you? Okay, because
that's too... It's too weird. And look, that effect appears for like a split second. It's not like, oh, well, at some point during the Super Famicom logo, it was 1106. It is right smack dab at 1106 for that split second it's on screen.
It's on screen for longer than a split second. It feels like it's a second or two. It's not like a super, super quick thing. I don't think that this thing was ever like made to be missed. I know a lot of people say that didn't even see it. I was surprised by that. I thought like literally everyone saw it because it was weird, but it wasn't that hidden. At least I didn't feel like it was. I am curious. I want to see how people react to this because the comments were interesting in yesterday's video. People saying, "Oh, you guys are done. It's just an effect. Whatever." Like, fine. I mean, it could be. Our bad if it is an effect, but Zach is right. This 1106 is way too coincidental, and I believe in coincidence. It's a thing, but I think this is just a fun way for Nintendo to get the conversation going, even. Like, I think that this is what Nintendo wants.
Well, and I'll go back to what we said yesterday. Nintendo is a company that prides themselves on being so efficient, right? And having everything so neat and tidy. And it feels weird that this is such an ugly effect that it is so just for it to be like helter-skelter randomly there at that time. I don't know. I think they are smarter than that. I think they are more clever than that. And you're right, Doug Bowser's now in the castle, and maybe he's a mischievous man, Gabe. Maybe he's an escape room mastermind.
Oh, can't wait to do an escape room with him.
That's our prize at E3.
Yeah.
Because we solved this. No, honestly, I hope the mystery continues to go deeper. I hope there's more that's uncovered. If there's anything else you've seen as part of this or elsewhere, let us know. I mean, we do have that data mine, so it's not like we're just pulling this out of thin air. There are other points of evidence that lead to this, not to mention just common sense, that eventually Nintendo will move beyond NES, but I really still think it's happening at E3. Give us your take in the comments down below, everybody. The 1106 mystery is now in full swing, and I am so on board with what it probably means. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button if you're pumped for E3. Let us know your take in the comments down below. For myself and Gabe, until next time, 1106, 1106, 1106. SwitchForce